And I'm back. Hello. Uh, well, Sunday's stream was a bit of a shit show. I had a blackout. What the actual fuck? A blackout. Hello. um, yeah. I to those who didn't really know, I tried to stream the British Grand Prix, not or watch along rather, but I had a blackout about 15 or 20 minutes after my stream started, and it lasted for, I'd say, an hour. Yeah, a good hour it lasted. Um, and by the time the cat power came back, I was like, you know what, fuck this. And I was in such a mood, such an awful mood, and that I didn't want to restart it. So um, technically, this is aside from the test runs that I've done that are privated on my account. This is technically my first YouTube stream that should, fingers crossed, touching wood. Can you hear me touching wood? Um, should work. I do not know if I'm gonna carry on um, with YouTube, or I might make the sudden switch to move to YouTube. It's something that I haven't really thought about in deep and in deep detail. Um, I mean, right now this game Ghost of Miami that I'm about to do a long playthrough of. I actually don't know how long the game um, is in terms of hours. Um, I did actually attempt to play through this on my Twitch channel. I was able to, as far as I remember, let me think. I was able to solve the first case, and I think that's where I kind of stopped. And that was about that would have been about at least 6 months ago. There are some like bits that I do remember from the beginning, and those are things that we're going to go through again. But I'm not 100% sure what motivated me to just start a fresh playthrough on YouTube. Maybe really deep down I just wanted to start again. Or maybe I just want to have the stuff that I stream on YouTube and the stuff that I stream on Twitch be completely separate. I mean, I am shit at multiplayer games, and I know I'm shit at multiplayer games. And my long-term plan, if you can call it a long-term plan, would be to play just single-player games or stuff like that. But I think it is a little too early to call. I mean, this is stream number 1 on YouTube. But I do want to carry. What I do want to do. What I do definitely want to do is play through the whole of Ghosts of Miami and play it here on YouTube and see if I enjoy it. I mean, tomorrow. Well, no, let's start with tonight. Tonight, I didn't actually want this stream to be very long to begin with. Maybe only a couple of hours to, like dip my toes in. But Thursday, not Friday, Thursday, I can go in for the long run because I have Friday off work. I don't know if I'll even stream on Friday. Maybe I will. I honestly haven't thought that far yet, and whether I'll stream on YouTube or Twitch, I haven't even decided that either. But I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to turn off this music, and we are going to get into this game once I get the scenes right. audio. There we go. What I do find annoying, and this is something I remembered in my last playthrough, is that if I click away from this window, like if I select something on my OBS or something, the sound immediately cuts out, especially in this main menu. The sound immediately cuts out, and this tune starts again, right from the beginning. I mean, it's a cute little song, but surely it would be something that they would have thought about, right? Okay. I also, one other thing, I didn't even get far enough in the game to even think about who I wanted to romance, or even if I want to romance anyone at all. I mean, there are 5 options. You have, let me see this. Yeah, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you don't know this game, you're going to meet them along the way. I'm not going to talk about them because we're going to meet them. We're going to press new game, and here we go. Hope the audio levels are fine. That's a stream of Bane right there. I might actually turn this game volume down a little. Turn it down to... No, I didn't turn it off, by the way. I clicked away from the window. Oh, shit. No, oh wait. Log, here we go. It's a sunny morning in downtown Miami. I have my own office, my own apartment, and a full day ahead. People go missing every day in Miami. Some want to be lost, some weren't on anyone's radar to begin with, and some just have no one to care about them. My name is Marcelo Martinez, but everyone calls me Cello. I find people who slip through the cracks. The game volume is on, by the way, and I don't know why it's not playing. Go downstairs, Mrs. Wood. Give me a pea sandwich. There is meant to be music playing, by the way, and I don't know if it's coming up on the stream because I'm looking at audio levels. They are going, but they're not going on this end. It's a good landlords on the streets. They own my little apartment building and run a bodega on the first floor. I wonder if they'll evict me if I don't show up. My rent check next month. I hope not. For now, I'm starving. Make a sandwich. One of those really, really old hot dogs. The Tiny Market is a community staple, a corner store that has it all. Last August, Louis Miller, busted high as hell and probably drunk too, waving a gun and screaming bloody murder. Mrs. Woon tore the gun out of his hands and the husband quietly packed Louis' favourite snacks into a go-to bag. Good people. As usual, Mrs. Woon's minds a cash register like a bubble. Local kids call her La Serpiente, the snake. See if you steal from her, she'll take your hand. This is actually really annoying. I don't know why. No, I didn't do it yet. What is going on? Already off to a flying start. I don't know, I cannot tell whether music is actually playing in the stream because I'm not hearing it here. This is a pretty annoying bug. chips. Chips are cheap. Are you broke? Am I what now? No. If I say I have $1, she's gonna be on me about rent. Am I what now? No. You never have to lie to me. So I'll just take a sandwich off the shelf. I'm worried about other things today. Thank you so much. What's troubling you? Grace is missing. Grace isn't your daughter, Grace. Since when? Grace said she was studying calculus with Marcy. My daughter works very hard. I wasn't surprised when she called to say she was sleeping over with her friend Marcy. They've been doing sleepovers since grade school. Grace turned 17 a few months ago. I think I remember Marcy from her birthday party. Chinese girl, a little older. I remember being serious, maybe a little humorless, but with real affection for Grace. But I just got a call from Marcy's mother. Grace hasn't been there for weeks. Never seen her look so scared. There aren't many Koreans in Little Haven? Little Haven? What did I say that? Little Havana. I once asked Mrs. Woons why she started a business in Kansas City. She said, we wanted to start a family in a place that's sunny and calm. I was Grace's babysitter when she was young. Woons wanted her to learn a little Spanish. It's scary that she's missing now. Can't imagine what the Woons would be going through. Called the cops? Yes. The desk sergeant said, this month we are focusing on drug dealers. No time for runaway teens. Good Korean girls do not run away with smutty mates. Well, I know a detective on the force. How about I ask him about your case? Business has been slow. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. You find missing people, that's what you do. Yes, that's right. I'm surprised she didn't remember until like just now. I'm always asking her about new missing persons notices. What would it cost you to find my daughter? Mrs. Woon's tone is flat and her expression is her usual deadpan. You might think she doesn't care about Grace at all, but Grace is still Woon's only kid. I'm sure they'd do anything to find her. What's the reasonable price for finding someone's only daughter? Let me think. Oh dear. Free food for a year, no. 500? Okay, I actually like all of these. Oh, what should I pick? What should I pick? I'm gonna go for 500 guys. Tell me how you came to this price. Oh, firstly, it'll be a few days' work. Most of what I'll be asking will be my pay, which is far lower than what you give a private investigator. There's also transport. I'll be going to a ton of places around Miami to retrace Grace's steps. Sorry, Miss Woon, but if you haven't seen her recently, she's not gonna be hanging around this neighborhood. Lastly, and I don't want to worry you, but something could have happened, and I might need to bribe someone for information or pay a ransom. Why would that happen to? There's a timely need. I'll need to have some cash on hand. You wouldn't want me to waste time coming back here and asking, right? Do you really think something awful happened to my Grace? Honestly, I don't know. All I know is that she's missing. Oh my god. The music thing was solved. I actually, because I wear wireless headphones, and I'm doing that, and I don't have like a set, you know, like a mind this with the headphones. What I did is I turned the volume right down to 0. And that's why I couldn't hear the music. I am such a fucking idiot. I'm such a fucking idiot. Okay, now we're gonna carry on. Can you actually find her? Let's find out. I see Grace around all the time. We live in the same building after all, but I know almost nothing about her. What can you tell me about your daughter? Actually, options. I am actually going to turn the music down just a little, because I am super paranoid that it's loud and that it's drowning out my voice. Okay. What can you tell me about your daughter? Grace is 17, about 5'2". She looks like her father. I'm looking more for context about her. What kind of person is she? Where would she go after school? Grace is a good girl. She's a straight A student. She used to play piano, but I wanted her to focus more on her studies. She was lovely at the piano. Now she comes directly home, unless she's studying with Marcy. Tell me about Marcy. Marcy Ling. They both attend Fairview High School and have been friends since elementary school. That's a good lead. Where do they usually study? Oh, okay. Presbyterian, I think. She's your only daughter, Mrs. Woon. You have to know something about what she does after school. What should I say? The library, after school tutoring, my straight A student, hard-working daughter. Does she go to the mall to be with friends? I just don't know. I was never taught to be mother, not in this way. I knew I wanted my daughter to be free-spirited and also hard-working. It'll be easier for her here in America. Too easy perhaps, too free. She looks so sad. What can I say to that? Hey, it's not necessarily like that. Grace could have gotten into a million things. Come on, think really hard. Miami's the coolest place in the world. Where would Grace want to go around the city? You can't just know your daughter at all, right? When she was a little girl, we'd take her to the boardwalk. Now there are so many young women there in just underwear, like bikinis. It's inappropriate. She wanted so much to be beautiful like those American girls though, to wear popular clothes. Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of vague, but I'll check it out. Okay. Beach. It is hard, you know, to be a parent and to consider your child as the manifestation of your parenting ability. I'm sure that's not how Grace thinks of it. When I was her age, I just wanted to be a real person, like an adult who supports herself in the real world. I was so ready and I couldn't wait to grow up. I don't really think that anymore. It takes time to be who you want to be. But when you're a teenager, everyone just wants you to be the vision of something else. I believe I see your point. Oh, Mrs. Woon, I didn't mean... It's alright, Consuelo. And you are right, outside of Grace's academic career, I do not know how to guide your search. I'll talk to Marcy and maybe some of her other schoolmates will know a thing or two. I'll get some notes together and get right on searching for your daughter. Alright, okay, so I've got another thing for the notebook. Let's look at it. My landlord runs a little convenience store on the ground floor. She's stern but much loved and well connected. And my clue is the boardwalk. doesn't know much about her daughter, but Grace used to love going to the boardwalk up north. Okay. Thank you, Cello. You're a good girl. Oh, that was a weird conversation. At least I have a job now, and a sandwich. Don't quite know how to deal with Mrs. Woon. If I'm going to find missing people as a full-time gig, I've got to learn how to talk to people better. Well, I think you did fine. For now, the case of the landlord's missing daughter, where should I start? Oh, a phone message. Hey kids, es tu hermano. My brother, what could Mickey want? Money, probably. Well, too bad for him. It's been a while, Chica. We should catch up. I've got a great new job by the docks. By the docks. Mickey's not the type to do loading or anything legitimate. That probably means some new dumb criminal enterprise. I too told my new boss about your business though. He says he wants to meet you. That's new. Can you come by sometime today? He's really connected. He could help get your private eye thing off the ground. Anyway, let me know. I'll be at that big green warehouse on Ocean and 7th until 9 or so. Hope to see you there, Cello. I miss you. Well, that's different from most of Mikey's messages. I guess I have to see my brother at some point, and yeesh, how long has it been since I called Mom? One more thing on the list, I guess. So yeah, that's one key thing in this game. You only have, that's what it says, early morning at the top, right? You only have a certain amount of things to do. I mean, right now we've got the broadwalk to go to. We've got the we could go see Mikey and his boss, and we could call Mom. But I think you only really have time to do 2 of those things before the day ends. That's how this game works, and that's how you find out what kind of ending you'll get. Alright, I've got a notepad, a pen, and a couple of good leads. Let's get some notes down about Grace before I forget. Yeah, I know about this. We've literally just been through it. Notepad is where Cello records her thoughts about certain characters and where she saves clues about the cases she's working on. I've literally just seen it. Yeah. Of course, if you want all the details of a particular conversation, you can scroll through the full log, which is there. Pretty much like any other visual novel, really. It has a log, and you can go back. Clues in your log can lead you to certain areas, so don't forget to check them periodically. There we go, nice and organised. I think I can get to all of these places today. I better watch out though, I may not always have the free time to follow every lead. So where to first? Right. Oh, yes, and there's that option to go to the high school. Okay, I'm actually going to choose the high school first. Fairview High School. I haven't been back here since graduation. I've got a lot of good memories. Maybe just nostalgia. Look how young and optimistic these kids are. I hate them. Yeah, you couldn't pay me $1 million to go back to school. Ah, there she is. Marcy Ling. Marcy. What's up, Duck? Who are you? Oh wait, your face is familiar. You're the detective who lives in the Wounds building. Good memory. I'm Cello Martinez. I don't want to make you late for class, but do you have a moment to talk? It's about Grace. What about her? haven't seen Grace in forever. She was spending all of her time with her stupid boyfriend, the one who works at the bank side. She was always like, ooh, my parents are shitty. Trevor's the only one who really gets me. I've heard he was a total burnout who didn't even finish high school. We're gonna run away together. So bogus. Okay. That's something else. Grace was dating an older man named Trevor. He tends bar at the Bankside, my best friend's nightclub. Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot all about him. She changed a lot over the summer. I guess I missed the old Grace. I'm sorry. I'm afraid Grace has been missing for the past 2 days. Mr. and Mrs. Woon have asked me to look for her since the police have been occupied, I guess. Do you know where she might have gone? No, we don't hang out anymore, like I said. Look, you don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. I'm just trying to find Grace. Why would I tell you anything? You're not a cop. Marcy talks a big game, but her shoulders are shaking. She has a white-knuckled grip on her textbook. She just needs some persuading. Ah, yes. This is perfect. This is perfect. I'm deep undercover. What's that going to do? Grace will get hurt. Yeah, that'll pull at the heartstrings. Marcy, I need your help. Grace could be in trouble, and the cops don't return calls from people who live in our neighborhood. I'm worried about her, aren't you? Things have just been different lately. Different how? Grace is just bitchy now. Like, not even in a cool way. She doesn't do work. She screws over her friends. Last time she was over, she stole $20 from my dad. He would have given her the money. She could have just asked. Yeah, I'm worried about her, Miss Martinez. But I try really hard to be a good kid, and now Grace is one of the bad ones, and that scares me. Does that sound like totally stupid? Wow, you couldn't pay me to relive high school. Even the smallest things seem so big and so confusing. No, I get it. I went here, you know, to Fairview, class of 81. You can check the yearbooks. I was in a band while I was here with some of my best friends. You don't make friends like that after you graduate. Any help you can give me, you won't regret it. If anything happens to Grace, you won't be able to forgive yourself. Oh, now you've done it. Marcy looks so scared. Maybe I came on a little strong. This is tougher than I thought it would be. Yeah, right. I haven't seen her... Sorry about my voice. I have to take a sip of water. I haven't seen her in a while at school, but she's been running with a different crew lately. One of the gangs. No, not quite. She's too squeaky clean, and plus she's a little afraid of a real gang. I don't know why my throat's so raspy today. I haven't really done anything today. Some other group, like stoners maybe, not the kind of people I hang out with. Who could put me in contact with them? There's one senior who everyone knows at school. Everyone knows her and everyone likes her. She's cool. She's usually over with the... Oh, there. Yes. Here's where we get to meet Tara. A lanky young woman breaks away from the pack of laughing upperclassmen. Her features are striking, but not in a harsh way. Even at first glance, she seems open and friendly. Hey Marcy, how's it going? Who's your friend? This is Cello. She's looking for Grace, you know, Grace Woon. Could you help her out a bit? Of course I remember Grace. Is she alright? I'm Tala Nasiri, Senior Class Secretary. What can I do to help? I've got to run to class. Sorry I couldn't help you more, Miss Martinez. Just Cello, it's fine. Thanks. When you find her, tell Grace, I don't know, it's really messed up that she's missing, and I'll tell her you're worried about her. Thanks, Marcy. Alright. Yeah, Marcy Ling is Grace's best friend, or was, until recently when Grace started lying, using drugs and stealing. So I'm happy to help you out in any way I can, but can I ask you a question first? Are you the Cello Martinez who was in the tank tops? I think I saw you play when I was a freshman. Oh. Haha, yeah, that was me and the girls. I can't believe anyone remembers us, to be honest. We really only played at school events, plus that one time at Lucy's club. I can't believe she talked her dad into letting us jam there. No way! I wish I could have been there. It was for 30 minutes on a Tuesday. I don't think we had even had any audience at all. I guess if you'd have been there, we'd have one fan at least. So you're the connected one at Fairview High. Guilty as charged. I've spent my whole high school career getting to know everyone here, including the teachers. I've even got keys to the admin office. Just tell me what you need and I'll hook you up. We just met. Do you usually offer your breaking and entering services to total strangers? Oh, you're not a stranger. I listened to your EP like a million times. When I was 14, it was like the Temp Tops and Madonna non-stop. I guess I had a bit of a crush on you, you know, back then when you were cool. Not that you're not cool now. You're totally cool. Probably. I'm gonna be sick. She's so flustered, I have to stop myself from laughing. Does she really think I'm cool? Yeah, right. She's so high school, looking around for her friends, making sure they don't see her being unchill. I believe you, but all I need is some names. Who's Grace Woon hanging out with? What was she up to? She's been missing for 2 days and... Oh, like missing? Not skipping class? Grace was the kind of straight-laced freshman that no one ever gossiped about. But then she got caught forging some late slips. Okay. She's smart, but she kept getting caught doing stuff, smoking in the bathrooms, getting high behind the trailers, that sort of thing. Weird her. Whenever I talked to her, she was like, she was too good for this place. But now she only really shows up so the school won't call her parents anymore. Believe it or not, I know the feeling. The day Mama found out I was in a band, she was so sure that glam rock and alcohol were corrupting my soul. She poured out all the alcohol in our house. I'd never even had a drink. So who was Grace hanging out with? A weird crew. They used to smoke weed behind the gym, but Andy Karl got caught by the assistant principal and his dad had him transferred to military school. I guess they mostly hang out by the boardwalk by North Beach. Yeah, back to the boardwalk. I knew it was a good idea to start at the high school. Small time dealers, they want to stay away from actual criminals. Okay. A group of students from Fairview High were known for dealing drugs to tourists along the boardwalk. Hard to imagine Grace caught up in all of that, but she wanted so bad to hang. That's some great info, Tyler. Can you give me a name, someone I can ask for when I'm down there? Like I said, I try to stay on top of the gossip here, so I might have shaken down Andy Carroll for the name of their little ringleader, but it'll cost you. Oh, okay. Name your price. You get to take me out sometime and tell me all about what it was like at Fairview and what happened to the tank tops. Aren't you a high schooler still? What is this? That's a small price to pay, right? We'll do it. And Mama always said the girl band thing would lead to nothing. Look, I'm really flattered. It just feels a little weird, you know, To be back at Fairview talking to a high school kid, you get it, right? Sure, old timer, whatever you say. The man you're looking for leads a pack of students who deal to the foreign tourists who come off of cruise ships. I've never met him, but he sounds like a real creep. His name's Jed something. Starts with a P, perhaps? Okay. Jed the drug dealer sounds like a real creep who might know a thing or two about selling to high school kids. If you have any more questions about these high school kids, you can always call me. She gives me a scrap of paper with 2 numbers written on it. This one's my pager number in case I'm at class for an audition. This one's for my home phone. Grandma and the Siri usually answers. Thanks for your help, Tyler. Have a good one. Don't worry, sister. I'll be seeing you around. An excitable... Wait, 19? You're 19 and you're still in high school? Right, okay. That wasn't a lead I expected, but that girl was sweet and sharp. Wouldn't be awful to see more of Miss Tyler Nasiri, but I really hope my job doesn't bring me to Fairview again. Better get back to it. Okay, yeah. So we began early morning. Now it's the morning. So we spent the morning at the high school. So now you have to decide where to go next. Okay, the mother suggested the boardwalk to us, and now Tala suggests the boardwalk to us, so I think there's only one place we can go. And so now it's the afternoon. Boardwalk along North Beach is everything good and everything bad about Miami in one place. On the one hand, you've got this long stretch of perfect sand and all the shops and cafes full of happy people enjoying this perfect day. On the other hand, a lot of those people are tourists, loud, obnoxious tourists, and with tourists come the people trying to take advantage of them. This is Miami though, so I'm looking for a low-life drug dealer who's not above selling to kids. I don't know what he looks like and I don't want to alert the authorities. There's a whole row of people selling bootleg cassettes. Maybe they know something. Yeah, I'm looking for a man named Jed. Jed, a friend told me he does business with the tourists. Girl, there's tourists everywhere here and everyone does business, but maybe I could hook you up with what you need. No offense, but I've got more than enough of that, Jed. He works with a bunch of high school kids. Come on, do me a little favour. If you know him, you know he's bad news. Your business could get a bump. You're not a cop, are you? Just looking to conduct some business without ruffling any feathers. Please, but it doesn't come back to me. Truth, Jed's a real shit. I wouldn't mind seeing him out of here, but a raid on one guy means a raid on all of us. Heard? He's the guy in hat at the end of the road there. Look, is that at the end of the... What kind of grammar is that? At the end of the row. What kind of grammar is that? Oh, whatever. Look for the knockoff shades and the grin like he just screwed your sister. I promise I won't make any waves. You've been a great help. And here he is. With a bum bag. Look at that guy. The description was spot on. He's got a face I want to punch. Maybe I shouldn't do this. I don't want to get too involved with actual scumbags. Is this really you, Cello? Deep breath, girl. You're doing this because no one else will. Hi, you Jed. I was told to come looking for you. Oh, what do you need, baby? I got all kinds of stuff for a pretty girl like you. Maybe we could watch one of these tapes together. It's the real dirty kind, get me? You look like the type. My punch hand is itching. What do I say? Oh, I actually don't remember what I picked here. I'm new around here and my friend said you could hook me up. I'm looking for someone and I hear you might know her. Okay, both of those are pretty awful. I'm pretty sure if I say this, he's gonna shrug me off. But if I say this, I could get in trouble myself. I honestly don't know what to pick. No, I'm gonna be safe. Name's Grace. Have you seen her around? Doesn't seem familiar, no. A lot of Asian tourists around here. What's your girl like? She's sweet, she's missing, little lamb lost astray. Truth is, her mum, oh, here we go. Yeah, I think I fucked this up royally. Her mum asked me to look into her disappearance and here I am. Yeah, you really think this guy gives a shit? Good little girls get their jollies further along the beach. You should move along too, kid. Yeah. Yeah, I fucked that up. I really fucked that up. He's a scumbag and criminal who cons tourists out of money. I wish his information weren't so useful. Yeah, I fucked that up hard. Now that's strange. I didn't tell Jed that. Oh! On the other hand, I didn't tell Jed that Grace was Korean. One thing's for sure, this guy Jed knows Grace. Odds are good that he has something to do with her disappearance, but I've hit a brick wall here. I better move on. Yeah. Right, I am actually going to go see my kid brother. There's a weird ghostly haze around the Dodge Island docks, even in the bright Florida sun. You can see downtown across the water, but even the skyscrapers are eclipsed by the huge container ships coming in and out of Miami. Mikey didn't give me a specific location, so I guess I'm waiting here alone. Don't know what I was expecting. Can't pick your family, I guess. Wait, is that Mikey? Hermanita, ¿cómo estás? I'm so glad you came. I'm good, Mickey. Thanks for the invitation, though to be honest, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. What kind of mess are you into this time? Oh, you wound me. I know you and Mama are always on my ass about getting a real job and staying out of trouble, but this one's the real thing. This one's a real thing. I mean it this time, little sister. Oh, little sister? I thought she was the older one. In 6 months, your boy Mickey will be taking care of you. I guess I can't throw any stones. I don't have a real job anymore either. And thank God for that. I hated working at that gas station. So what's this new gig? It's cool, I promise. See those big ships? The one on the south side of the port. The one making deliveries to Richard are marked with an orange insignia. We unload his shipping containers and sort them in that warehouse, the tall one over there. This way, I'll show you. Here's where we unpack and sort the goods. We get a lot of product, so the sorters work in shifts around the clock. See, it's all totally on the up and up. Totally. Oh. Sure, this sounds legit. This all sounds totally legit. Okay, so what are you doing? You're a little too old to be a stock boy. According to Richard, I'm a security consultant. Sounds pretty official, right? Mikey, it sounds bogus. What's in the shipping containers, and who's this Richard guy anyway? Come on, sis, it's not like that, not anymore. Oh really, I saw at least 5 guards coming in here and another 3 inside. They're not just watching the product, they're watching the sorters too. The containers are marked, the shipment's specialized, and the sorters can't be trusted with the product. You're on a smuggling ring! Makes perfect sense. I can't believe you. Shallow, keep your voice down. It's alright, Mikey. Your sister is as astute as you promised. It's a pleasure to meet you. That is a hideous tie. That is a hideous tie, and it's a very 80s tie as well. So this is Mikey's new boss. He's pretty stealthy for such a tall guy. He seemed to appear out of nowhere. Tall and really handsome. His features are square and his eyes clear and sharp. He's got a little grey in his hair, but it looks great. I apologize, sir. My brother has a bit of a reputation and I've got a suspicious personality. Tell me, Ms. Martinez, are you a woman who can distinguish between suspicion and paranoia? I like to think I have a healthy skepticism. Emphasis on healthy. I'm talking more formally. I'm nervous, even though he's not even all that imposing. He leans away from us, his weight on his heels, his big hands at rest at his sides. That's right. Mikey said you were some kind of private investigator. I suggested that he bring you here. He might be of assistance to you. Mikey, do you mind? Please, Miss Martinez, if you'll join me in my office. Sure thing. Call me if you need anything, sir. Why would you help me? We just met. Okay. I don't think I got as far into this game to know more about him. I think we know more about him from the second case onwards, because in my Twitch playthrough I only completed the first case and that was it. This case that I'm working on now, I know what happens at the end. Yeah, I remember what happens at the end of this. But we didn't really get a chance to know him any more than what we do now. Alright. Why would you help me? We just met. I don't even know what to call you, Mr. Richard is fine, so long as I may call you Consuelo. As far as why I would help you, in my line of work I found that enterprising allies make for good business. Your brother has proven himself an admirable employee with a sharp eye for my kind of business. Here we are. All these shoes. Cello. Everyone I know calls me Cello, and thank you for the offer. I hope I live up to my own reputation, but how do you intend to help me with my work? If I've kept track of all the innuendo, you don't exactly operate within the law. Jeez, his office is nice. You'd never know it was at the back of a dingy warehouse by the docks. It's not mahogany panelled or anything, but it's clean and organised. Very chic, only a little intimidating. Cello, beautiful nickname. Thank you for sharing it with me. I will treat it as what a fucking creep. Privilege. As far as law goes, you're not a police officer. You're not even a licensed wait, I thought she was. I actually thought she was. Actually thought she did have a license. Okay, when it comes to the law, we're both on the outside looking in. Perhaps you've drawn a solid line between what's legal and what is not. It's a strange philosophy to me, but I'm not in the habit of denying people their own beliefs. However, I have connections on the darker side of that line, information that might be of use to you, if that is you're interested, Miss Cello. I'm very sorry, Richard. It's been kind of an overwhelming day and I'm still not done with it. What exactly are you asking me for? I mean, if I can be frank, my brother is kind of a... Wait, this is Mikey's first real job for a while. I don't want to sabotage him with his boss. He's kind of a character. Why would you trust his word this quickly? Your brother is ambitious, as are you. Your brother doesn't do jobs for me. He does work. It's a quality I look for in potential associates. Tell me, Cello, will you deign to associate with me? I feel the sharp little pain as my teeth dig into my lower lip. I'm flushed too. God, is he laughing at me on the inside? Get it together, Cello. I get the feeling, sir, that you want to be involved in more than my professional interests. I like it when you call me sir, Cello, but please, just Richard. For now. For now. You have good instincts, just like your brother said. Look, if my brother told you anything, it's that I'm forward and I don't worry too much about politeness. I don't know what you want from me, but right now I'm thinking, whatever it is, it can't be good, okay? I'm never gonna work with you if you can't be straight with me, so tell me what you want. Fair enough. I appreciate someone who demands respect, even if some might say they have yet to earn it. Perhaps I was taken in by Mickey's fascinating stories about his hermanita. I was simply curious about you and your career. But as it turns out, Ms. Martinez, you are very lovely in person. Cello, please. Why aren't you saying anything like, forgive me for being forward, or maybe this was too fast. Oh, look at that smugness there. Shadow, you seem to take pride in being forward yourself. Why would either of us have to apologize for that? He says my name with a low growl at the back of his throat. The blush on my face will probably be permanent now. That's fair, I suppose. It's just surprising is all. Not many guys or people in general approach me this way. None at all, really. Okay, Cello. There he goes again, saying that my name that way. I can almost feel it, hovering between us, raising the hairs on my neck. He feels close, even though he's not. His eyes are deep and focused on my face, and I half expect him to reach out and pass his hand straight through me. I'm a ghost. It's too warm in here. His gaze is too warm. You may be used to boys, but I'm a man, and I intend to behave like one. Like a boy, I will not chase you. I will not show up when you don't expect me. I value in your independence. I would not infringe upon it. I am patient. I will wait until that independence brings you to me of your own free will, when you're ready. You may never be ready, but when you are, call me. If by then you only want my information and my connection to the underbelly of this city, I will give them freely. Thank you. You're right. It's unfair for me to be so blunt, then panic when others are forward with me. I'm also flattered by your invitation. I'll definitely think about it, but honestly right now I don't know what to do with it at all. Richard is handsome and interested in me, but as he moves around the perimeter of his office, I can't help but feel not just intimidated, but scared. Like I'm in a beautifully appointed office with a tiger. The best I can do is keep my cool, and I'm barely ahead of my own embarrassment. Right now, I think I should focus on getting my business off the ground. You can understand that, right? Very well. In that case, is there any way I can help you on your current investigation? I'm looking for a girl named Grace, high school kid. She's never been in much trouble, but now it seems she's looking for it. She attended Fairview High, but hasn't been around lately. Frankly, my organization is larger in scale than your typical street gang or high school dealers. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I won't be very helpful on this case. However, yes, there was something about Fairview High School a few years ago. A group of students' truancy cases were known to mug hapless tourists. If I remember correctly, they preferred one particular overpass. It's close enough to downtown Miami that tourists don't get suspicious. Every once in a while, some of the gangs roll through these places. They like putting the scare on preppy kids, you know the ones. You think they're bad until they meet the real thing. Alright. I hope this conversation will be helpful to you, Cello. I hate to waste your time. There's not much to go on. You didn't give me much to work with. I guess I'll have to come up with more next time. You'll be rewarded for your diligence. You seem like the kind of man who keeps his promises. Turn here and you'll find out exactly what kind of man I am. There it is again, that cold shiver running like an electric current down my spinal column. Looking into his eyes is like staring up into space. It's darkness with infinite depth, and frigid and fascinating. Part of me says, Cello, run. Run as fast as hard, because this man is dangerous and hungry. But there's another, different part of me, and I don't know which one's stronger. If you have anything I need, Richard, sir, I'll come back for it. I have a standing appointment in 5 minutes. Forgive the rudeness, but I'm afraid your brother will have to see you out. Have a nice day, Cello, and good luck with your investigation. So yeah, like I said, as far as where I got to in my Twitch playthrough, this was really the only time we saw him. We saw Richard. You too, Richard. So, Richard's a really cool customer, right? A real dyed-in-the-wool businessman. He thinks I have potential. He thinks the same thing about me. It makes me a little nervous. This is a good thing, Cello. This is the start of a series of good things that will help me take care of you and take care of Mama. Sorry, I just really wanted to see your big brother come into his own. What did you and Richard talk about? It's a long walk back to the main road. I'll tell Mikey about Grace, how behind I am in rent. I leave out the details about his boss, but mention that Richard offered to help me. Thanks for thinking of me, Mikey. I'm sure it'll be a lot of help. There's a lot of stuff going on, brother. Let's have dinner with Ma before she hunts us down and forces food down our throats. You're right, huh? Okay, I'll call her and set a date. You free this Friday? See, I'll make myself free. Thanks, Mickey. Mikey! Up! This is something that's going to bug me. I'm either always going to say Mickey, Mikey, I think you're just gonna have to. I think I'm just gonna put up with it. Okay. Good luck with your stuff. Igual tú, Yamanita. Be hearing from you. My brother is an undependable jerk. At least he used to be. Has he turned a new leaf? If so, why? He's a train wreck, but brother's hugs are always the best hugs. It's nice to see him smiling again. Better work hard, so I'm still the good kid. It's getting late, better head home and take some notes. Alright. So that is essentially our first day. What a long day. I'd give anything just to tumble into bed, but these notes won't organize themselves. Today was frustrating. Am I coming at all of this wrong? Wrong? Tomorrow I'll take a look at the other side. Police reports, hospitals. It'll be a lot of running around again, but I feel like I'm so close to finding Grace. She's out there somewhere. I visualize her face from the last time I saw her in the tiny market. I can bring her home. I can do this. You can do this, Cello. Oh, a message. I hope it's someone good and not the electric my words. Not the electric company trying to collect again. Okay, it's Mickey/Mikey. Perhaps I should just call you brother from now on. Buenas noches, señorita. Just wanted you to know Mama wants to have dinner with us 2 nights from now, okay? Yeah, that's something that's going to have to go in the diary, I'm sure. Please be there, Cello. She's making arroz con pollo with Abuela's recipe. And you know, if you're not there, she's going to mess up our Nana's legacy. Don't work too hard. If you look like an old maid, we'll both have to suffer when Mama asks you about your love life, and I don't want to hear it. Thanks for dropping by today, Cello. Your faith in me is the most important thing I've got, and I'll repay it, I promise. Oh, that was sweet. Kind of. I guess it would be good to see Mama too. But enough of that. Tonight I'll organise these notes and make a game plan for tomorrow. Alright. So that is essentially how each day works, or how each day works. You have like a number of things, but you can only pick a certain number of them. Like, I could have gone to that nightclub, but I chose not to. Now it's day 2. I have some more places to go. I have to go. There's the option to go to the police station. There's the option to go to the hospital, and I have this option now to go to back to the nightclub because I didn't go there in the previous day. And my throat is still really freaking dry. Oh. All I have is a half-drunken, cold cup of tea. That's all I have. And I'm not running over to the kitchen to grab something else. I'm just too lazy. And yeah, also like I said, I didn't want this first YouTube stream to be too long. Because I do have some other things to do today. But Thursday I will be back. And I will be playing this game again, and I will be going in as hard as I can as well, because I actually have the time, because I have the day off on Friday, which is awesome. Okay, I think what we might do is we will continue, and we will complete this second day, and then we will stop. Alright, there's nothing quite like waking up to a bright, sunny Miami morning. It was a late night, but at least I got all my notes together. Sure, I hit a dead end trying to follow in Grace's footsteps, but I brainstormed some other options. Today I'll look into where she might have ended up. First, yes, I knew it, the hospitals. It's a long shot, but if Grace was hurt or found without ID, she'd still be admitted to an ER or something. There's only 4 in the area, it shouldn't take all day. Next, the cops. Sure, they told Mrs. Woon that she was out of luck, but maybe they can do something about this sleazeball Jed Powers. At least I can bother my contact there. Detective Harris will talk to me. And hey, maybe there's something I missed from yesterday. It's a lot of ground to cover in one day, but I'm pretty sure I can investigate all of these places. I might not always have enough time though. I better keep an eye on it. Cops always say that missing persons cases are on a timer. I might have to be more selective in the future. So, where to first? Okay, I can't actually decide. I don't want to go to the nightclub just yet, though. So yeah, I could either go to the police station to speak to my contact there, or I could check out the hospitals. Might be easier to, or easier, or whatever. Might be easier to go here actually, to because we might find out something else, and another place that we could potentially go to. Right, the hospitals. This is the. Yeah. So we won't be going to each hospital. This is the fourth hospital I've been to in a couple of hours, and the farthest inland by far. Maybe Grace's disappearance has nothing to do with Jed after all. The only thing I've learned, receptionists are very nice, nurses are very busy, and no one has time to talk to you in hospital. I can vouch for that 100% because I work in a hospital myself. Nurses are always very busy, and they do not give a shit about you if you are not a patient or a relative of a patient, or a consultant, of course. Because they are busy and they hate their job enough as it is. And I can vouch for that part as well too, because my mother is a retired nurse. I guess I should be thankful. If Grace hasn't shown up in a hospital, it may mean that nothing horrible has happened to her, or that something horrible has happened to her in a place that's bad enough that no one can reach her. But I won't know for sure until I check this last hospital. Let's keep going, Cello. You'll find something eventually. Hi, excuse me. I'm looking for a... Oh, boy. Oh, wow. That guy's arm is almost detached. I'm so sorry for interrupting what's going on there. I wonder if there's someone I can call, maybe at a less busy time? Hello. I couldn't help but notice you tripping over yourself a little bit there. I know this hospital pretty well. Are you here for someone in particular? I'm Ethan Brown. I'm an EMT here. Alright. Ethan, bless your handsome face and your kind heart. I've been to so many hospitals today and I still don't even know what people are and aren't allowed to tell me. Everyone in a hospital pretends to know what they're doing, so a little cluelessness is... I vouch for this part as well. We all pretend to know what we're doing, but we don't. It sounds awful, but it's the truth. It's the truth. But there is a lot of privileged information, of course. Oh, for sure, rather. Are you a reporter or like an angry girlfriend? Do you have a name, or should I be worried about talking to you? Oh no, I'm looking for a missing girl. She hasn't turned up in a couple of days, and all I can tell is that she hasn't been admitted to any of the hospitals I've checked so far. I'm helping out with an investigation, but maybe she was admitted without an ID or under a pseudonym, and no one's been able to tell me. To be honest, I'm not even sure how much you can help, Mr. Brown. I'm Consuela, by the way. Cello for short. Martinez. Cello. I'd be happy to help, but I really prefer that you call me Ethan. I can't give you specific information about people who've been admitted, including what they've been treated for, but let's see if anyone matches your girl's description in the ER admitting chart. I think that'd be a good start. She's 17 or 18, Korean American, speaks fluent English about... No, she's not 5'4", she's 5'2". She's 5'2". I remember that. And you say she might have come in as a Jane Doe. We've got one here. She's been here for a few days, no name. I don't think she's Korean though. I know you can't tell me what she's been treated for, but is there anything in her file that might help ID her? I don't... Oh, wait a second. It looks like this one filed a police report. It says she was assaulted by some kids by the university. left her under a bridge like this, unconscious. Why can't they keep these files straight? The police report has the victim's name, just not the hospital records. What was her name again? Grace Woon. I'm making an assumption based on the name, but I don't think we have your friend. Sorry I couldn't be of more help to you, Jello. Ethan, wait. Oh. Okay. I already know. I've played enough visual novels to know that if I select this, this is going to be the beginning of the romancing this guy. And to be honest, I know like one of the end goals for many visual novels is to figure out who you're going to romance, but I actually don't want to romance anyone, and that's the arrow ace in me there. That really is. So I'm just going to say this. What if she got checked into the urgent care centre? You know, that's a very good point. She wouldn't be the first kid who's checked herself into the urgent care centre. This hospital is really confusing, and I'm worried I'll slow you down. Do you mind checking for me? I'll stay right here. You're right, it's kind of labyrinthine in here. I'll check those records for you and come right back. Don't get into any trouble now, Miss Martinez. What a sweet, trusting man. I feel a little bad for sending him off, but at least he left the files here. Yes, here we go. This was the police file he was looking at. I wonder what he wasn't telling me. Oh, it looks like Grace... Oh, okay, hello. Looks like Grace wasn't the only girl who disappeared for a bit in the past 2 weeks. This girl, her name is Jackie Mills, affluent teenager from the burbs. She claims she wasn't doing drugs. The tests came up positive for cocaine. She'd been beaten up pretty badly. Alright, okay. And this is... Alright. The hospital has seen a pattern of teen mugging victims in and around Overtown. Not Grace though. Grace, I hope you're okay. Come on. I just need to find out where she was assaulted. Ah, here. 2 blocks from the university, under 95. Yeah, that definitely sounds familiar. It's like the city couldn't clean up Overtown, so they just built a highway so rich people could go above instead of... Yeah. I've been to America enough times to know that that would happen a lot. I mean, if you're watching this and you're American, then I apologize. But this is the kind of thing that doesn't really... We don't build huge highways over poor parts of town. We just let those poor parts of town fester. That's what we do. Oops, here comes Mr. QD EMT again. And his files goes right back here. Sorry, Cello, I found nothing. If you leave me your number though, I can call you if she comes in. Ah, thank you so much for your help, and if you ever see anything suspicious, please call anyway. I'm always on the lookout for new cases. Ah, this little muffin. And what do we have on him? The cute EMT at Miami General. He's eager to please, and he's been really helpful so far. Alright. It was really nice to meet you, Ethan. So, what's next in your case, girl detective? I suppose now that we have this information, we might as well go to the police station. That's what. I've known Detective John Harris all my life. He was friends with my father before Papa went missing. Now that I think of it, I don't know why or how they became friends to begin with. Even so, going to a police station makes me nervous every time. It's how they grilled us when Papa disappeared, like we were the criminals. A ton of them are on the payroll. Okay, here we go. A ton of them are on the payroll of various cartels and criminal organizations too. At least I know Detective Harris is on the take. The devil you know, huh? Still, he was a good friend to my father before he disappeared, and he came over frequently to let Mama know about the progress of the case. He also let us know when the case was marked as cold. The guy might be a dirty cop, but at least he was kind to my family. Excuse me, I'm looking for Detective Harris. Is he around? Cello, how nice to meet you. How can I help you today? Oh, you've got that weird frown on your face. You're not here to see your old buddy John. There's something on your mind. That obvious, huh? Maybe you're still an okay detective after all. I've got the badge and the gun and everything. They even make me wear a uniform every once in a while. Not that it fits anymore. I'll have to get a new dress uniform for the retirement ceremony. Just one more year, eh? Mama will be making you a cake for sure. It's this case that I'm working on. Oh, a case now, huh? There might be some cop blood in you yet. Hey now, Sheriff, I'm trying to be serious here. Okay, proceed, Deputy. Makes me smile in spite of myself. Maybe some people used to play cops and robbers as a kid, but my brother and I played under the direction of a real cop. Probably explains why I ended up being a sleuth, even if I couldn't cut it as police. I'm looking for a girl, Grace Ruin. Her family already reported her disappearance to the cops, and they said they couldn't do anything. But I think I've got some extra information that might help. She was definitely associated with a guy named Jed Powers down by the pier. He was dealing drugs to her and probably other high schoolers. He's got this own dumb little gang of them by the south end of the boardwalk. I've seen the name before, mostly as a known associate. In and out of prison, was definitely a juvie at some point. Let me check the file. Yep, here we go, a recent note against him. The officer on duty was Sergeant Walters, who took the report of a concerned parent who says Jed Powers tricked their daughter. Unfortunately, trickery isn't exactly something the state can prosecute, and a little petty theft isn't even a great reason to bring someone in. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was dealing drugs, but I guess the parents in question never put it together. Rich suburban folks, you know. No clue what brats their perfect children are. Okay, so we've got a little more on Jed. Has a reputation for tricking rich, clueless kids out of their cash. Maybe I should play dumb around him. Does that help, Cello? I think I'm beginning to see something. If I catch him red-handed, will you bring him in? Of course. You're my trusty deputy after all. Now, will you do me a favour, Miss Martinez? Uh-oh, my last name. Am I in trouble? Of course. What do you need, Sheriff? You need to visit your mother. She says she's been calling and you haven't called her back. I know. You want to strike out on your own, and since your dad's been gone, she's been protective. More like overbearing, demanding, and needy. But she's still your mother, and it's important that you look after her. Fine, I'll have dinner there this week. I know she wants to look out for me, Sheriff, but she wants me to follow some kind of path that be normal for her, normal in Cuba. The job, the husband, the kids, eventually. To her, I'm already an old maid with no value besides who I can get to take care of me. I just wish she'd believe that this thing I'm doing, that it's real. I want to find lost people, John. It's important. I know that, and I believe in what you do, but your daddy raised you American because he loved this place. Your mama's Cuban. She never wanted to be here, and it was that obligation stuff that made her follow your daddy to Miami. You're not going to make her understand it, the lifestyle, the job, how important it is to you, if you don't talk to her, Cello. Hey, don't look so blue. You know you remind me so much of your father sometimes. I'm scared I'll never forget about him, Uncle John. Now I'm worried about you, kid. You haven't called me Uncle John in ages. It just means a lot to me. I never got the chance to get to know my dad as an adult, you know. I'll never know what he was thinking when he... Cello, and you know a few things about your dad, and one of them is that he'd never leave your family, not willingly. So you stop that thinking... You stop that kind of thinking now, or else I'll have your ma... Or else I'll tell your ma you miss her. I can't fucking read today. You stop that kind of thinking now, or else I'll tell your ma you miss her, and that you should... that she should call you twice a day. I can't read today. I can't fucking read today. Please don't. Sorry, Detective Harris. Thanks for your help. With the case and with everything else. Anytime, Deputy. Next time I call your ma, she better tell me all about your brand new flaws. Fine, fine. I've got to head out though. I'll catch up with you later. Alright. Detective John Harris has watched over my family since my father disappeared. I trust him with my life. What a good guy. He keeps my head on straight. Where should I head to next? Well, there's only one place to go, and that's the nightclub. And I know who I'll meet here. And it won't just be the boyfriend. The Bankside hasn't been renovated in over a decade. It's a little noisy nightclub that hasn't quite made it out of the disco era. My best friend Luciana Escobar. Yes, that's right. She is an Escobar. Grew up around this place. When we were 10 years old, her dad was put in charge of it. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yep, Lucy's dad, Rafael, is one of the Escobars. Well, one of those Escobars. He's more like a distant cousin, but the family link is there. It's never bothered her though. Lucy wears the best clothes, gets nice perfume from Florence, and never ever works for money. Cello, my beautiful girl, my loveliest friend, what is this thing on your face? You look sad? Yes, that is how you look right now. It's very depressing. Stop immediately. I am joking. I think it is very thoughtful of you to come. Oh, Lucy, it's been so long, my love. It's been a few weeks since we talked, I know, and I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm stressed. I feel better just seeing your smiling face. Oh, my sweet girl, I love you so much. Come, it is the perfect time for lunch. It's actually evening. And you owe me a date from February. I can't, not right now. But Cello, you have promised and promised me. I swear, in the second stream, I will learn to fucking read. You have promised me lunch. Actually, here on the job. I hate Lucy's stupid pout. She's so spoiled, but it totally works on me anyway. Resisting Lucy's pout is like escaping the planet's gravity. Sigh. 1,000 sighs for the working girl. Well, fine. What do you need in your giant brain to solve this case of yours? I will help. And one day, when you need to work, you will all have lunch with me instead. Okay, looks like we've made another promise. So tell me about this case you're working on. Is it exciting? I dish about Grace Wound. Lucy leans in towards me, rapt on every word. She's fascinated with real jobs in a way that's both endearing and infuriating. Mrs. Wound gave me her last yearbook photo. Seen her around ever? Ooh, yes I have. Not in the actual club. She meets Trevor out back when he is on smoke breaks. Strung out little schoolgirl. Looks so brittle, like she would smash into pieces if you hit her. Now that I think about it, I have not seen her in a week, maybe 2. And Trevor has been here every day. What if they broke up? Oh god, I am such a bad gossip. I'm sure it's fine, Lucy. Do you mind if I ask him a few questions, the boyfriend? Of course, Trevor is one of the good ones. Nice to the waitresses, takes the drunks' keys away from them. Not one of those shitty beach bartenders who show up an hour late for shift, drunk and coked up. He's on daytime prep now. The pale one there. Thanks, Chica. I'll catch up with you later, okay? Don't have too much fun. Poor Lucy. She seems so bored, haunting her father's ghost. My head is in my hands. My head is in my hands. I will learn to read by the time Thursday comes. I will learn to read. She seems so bored, haunting her father's club like a sad ghost. She used to go out all the time, but now all her friends have real jobs. Rafael Escobar's beautiful daughter, always the party girl, laughing and drinking and warming the VIP so that they spend at her father's bar. I know she manages part of the business too. Her energy keeps the bank side afloat. There's a few rich cabrones who comes in night after night getting big tabs at the bar just to impress Luciana Escobar. I'm exhausted just thinking about it. All I have to do is chase a Korean American teen across Miami. Hi, you're Trevor? Yeah, he does look a bit thin. Yeah, who are you? My name's Consuelo. I live in the same building as the Woon family. You know them? You're here. You know I know them. You know I know them well. Well, it's just Grace. I didn't expect to hear from them after Grace broke up with me. It was so, what's the word? Unceremonious. I don't know what I expected, but not to be kicked to the curb by a kid. Have you ever been in love, Miss Consuelo? Not quite. More to the point, how long has it been since you've seen Grace? Let me think. Almost a month ago. A month ago, okay. But she dropped by 2 days ago during my lunch break to ask for money. I guess I was pretty disappointed. We got clean together. Clean? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. She was using. What were you on? What do you think? Sorry, that's shitty of me. She used to be a good student. Straight A's. A perfect little girl for demanding immigrant parents. No offense. None taken. Keep going. Grace was always a good student, but she started to fall behind. At first, it was stimulants to help her study for tests, but I was using, cocaine, so she joined in, said it was helping her in class. A few months after that, she wasn't going to class anymore. She started selling her things to get a score. I swear I'm clean now, and for a while, she said she was too. Alright, you were the one who got her into the harder stuff. Did you help her get out? I tried, okay? Maybe when we were both into it, I lost sight of what the coke was doing to her. Once I cleaned up my act, I thought I could help her get out of the rut. That's when she dumped me, okay? She doesn't call unless she needs cash. I gave her some a couple of times from my pocket, not the till, but last week I had enough. She got pissed and said all she wanted was my money. The club is lit with pink neon lights, but his eyes look wide and clear. Trevor says he's clean, and I believe him. Thanks for being honest, Trevor. It's really helpful. Is Grace really gone? You can help to bring her back, Trevor. Just tell me about her supplier. Okay. We used to buy from my friend, another bartender nearby, but I asked him to cut us off when I decided to go straight. There might be someone else, but look, I don't want her to get any more trouble than she's already in. Okay. Okay, to be honest, I can't really decide what kind of... Okay, so if I say someone else, he might brush me off. But if I say this... No, I'm going to say someone else. Look, I want to help you, I really do. Grace was my girlfriend for over a year. We went through a lot of stuff together and I really thought we had a future. But Jed and I used to be like brothers. If he goes to jail, I'd never forgive myself. I get that, okay? You can trust me on this one. I'm just following Grace's footsteps and I'm pretty sure Jed is one of the people she saw before she disappeared. Grace didn't rat you out and I won't either. Jed, I guess I know why Trevor's so worried about his friend. Running a drug ring of high school kids would get him in trouble with cops and the cartels, yeah. It absolutely would. Fine, if you're just trying to find Grace and you swear you'll be discreet. I never gave her cash, but I did tell her about Jed Howers. He operates on the boardwalk, waiting for cruises to let off. Tourists don't haggle, see? Grace found him through some shitty friends at her high school, but he didn't know she was my girlfriend. Like I said, she was a real good kid once upon a time. She was naive and Jed took advantage of that. His prices were way too high. How was she supposed to know? So Grace stole cash. She'd ask her parents for nice stuff, then turn around and sell it. To Jed, she was just an easy mark. That's his favourite kind of mark. If you go down there and act like you're lost, he'll find you. Okay. So yeah, she mentioned if... Cello mentioned playing dumb might open some doors. And I could try that actually. I should have protected her from him. But she wouldn't take my calls, let alone my advice. Alright. Grace is young and vulnerable, an easy mark for an opportunist who wants to take advantage of her habit. Where? For a moment, Trevor looks like he might climb up, but then south side of the boardwalk where you can see the cruise liners coming in. He does good business on weekends, but it's busy then. Today or tomorrow, you'll find him. Hope this helps you, Consuelo. She pushed me away, but I want her to be okay. I've never meant to ruin her life. Thank you, Trevor. I'll let you know what happens. Yeah, so, yeah, I guess we're going to the boardwalk tomorrow. He may look like a strung-out babyface loser, but Trevor, the bartender, is one of the good ones. That looked like it went well. Are you actually a good detective, Miss Consuelo, my beloved? He treated me like some kind of authority figure. I almost can't believe it. We are getting so old, my friend. My father asked me today, Luciana, when will you be married? Luciana, why do you not have a boyfriend? Can you believe me tying myself down to one man when the world has so many? I cannot even get a lunch date with you. Who will take old sad Lucy out to dinner and dancing if her best friend will not? Ah! You're only 24, but whatever, your father has a lot on his plate. Let me think, when will I have time to make a date with Lucy? Ow. You know my policy on teasing. You punch like a truck. Lunch plans, pronto. See, we'll go out for real as soon as I get some regular work and I can afford to treat a lady like you to an elegant night out. Okay, just you and me. Promise? Someplace nice? Luciano Escobar, I absolutely promise I'll sweep you off your feet in a way that will make your father very uncomfortable. Lucy looks so happy. Some days I feel like I'd do anything to make her smile. Thank you, Cello. Now go, serve your case, so I will not have to miss you for too long. I love you, Chica. Call me if you need any help that I can give. my childhood best friend. She's spoilt and kind of a brat, but she's always on my side, cheering me on. Thank you, Lucy. I'll schedule a date the moment I find Grace. I'd rather stay and have lunch in the evening, but there's a ton more to do. Where to next? What does all of this look like if I put my notes together? Alright, let's get back to the office. Two long days. I hope all that legwork was worth it. I hope I can find Grace. Pounding the pavement, that's what the cop shows call it. Either way, I'm relieved to be back home. Oh, who's that? Oh, hello. Hey, Cello. Mrs. Woon let me up. I'm Grace's friend, Marcy. Sure, what's going on, Marcy? Here. I half expect her to hand me the objects and walk away. She is a surly teen after all, but she waits, gesturing for me to examine the book she's brought. The cover is pink with silver flowers printed on it. A sheet metal lock protects the pages, but Marcy or someone has already broken it. I flip through the first few pages and there it is, written in neon purple ink. Grace Woon's diary. How did you get this, Marcy? Grace always said her greatest secrets were in here. I didn't think it would help. I mean, how big could her secrets be? Then again, I'm not the private dick, or whatever you call yourselves. She came by my house randomly a while ago, totally strung out. I told her I didn't want it, but she insisted. Said it wasn't safe at home. I guess I didn't take her seriously. She's supposed to be my best friend forever, not some drugged out missing girl. I don't know what to tell you, Marcy. You're not your brother's keeper. Oh shit. I clicked away there, sorry. I clicked away on another window. I don't know what to tell you, Marcy. You're not your brother's keeper. What's that supposed to mean? Was I supposed to be? Would Grace be safe right now if I had looked after her better? Well, you're helping me find her now, so that's what's important. You don't buy that for a moment, do you? My older brother is a mess. He's in and out of trouble all the time. He said some hurtful things, and I know Grace said some shit to you too. You're giving me access to a part of her life. She was shitty to you and abandoned your friendship, but you still care enough to do this for her. Don't get your hopes up. I've read the diary, and I don't think it'll be much help, but it's all I can think of, you know? Just find her, will you? So I can stop worrying about her. Thanks again, Marcy. I know this wasn't easy. Whatever. Okay, let's see what we've got here. How about an entry from last week? Another report card. Straight A's like always. Mom was so proud. Trevor said he'd cook me a special dinner when he gets a day off from the bar. That's odd. Here's another one. Marcy's so perfect. That must be why we're such good friends. Wow, it's like she's made up a totally different life for herself. They say these are the best years of your life. Who's they? Well, anyway, I don't know if they're right, but it really feels that way. Every day I feel braver and stronger. I do things I've never done before. I'm in love with every single day. I hope this never ever ends. I actually don't remember this part. Was she just delusional? Her handwriting is bubbly and pretty, like she wanted everyone to know that her life is great. The rest of the diary is more of the same, except here, where the writing begins to get shaky. She still pretends like nothing's wrong though. Marcy's right, I won't be able to find Grace by following her personal fantasies. Okay. Let's start with where she wasn't. According to Mrs. Woon, Grace didn't sleep in her bed 3 days ago. I don't know if she skipped school that morning, but she definitely met someone for lunch. it would have been Trevor. That's right. She dropped by the bankside to ask the boyfriend for money. I guess the well ran dry after Marcy told her to buzz off. So she pressured Trevor for cash instead. Instead, he gives her the name of a shady drug dealer and she leaves. It's weird. In her diary, she pretends that they're all lovey-dovey. He'll cook her dinner, do anything for her, but Trevor doesn't give her any money and she disappears soon after that. So where would she go after that? She's a good girl. She considers her options. Maybe she thinks maybe she should go home. But that's not really an option, is it? I live downstairs from the rooms. They're good people with high expectations. I've heard them yelling at her through the floor. Your grade on this test was a B-. You'll go to a tutor. If they knew she was doing drugs, they'd fly off the handle. But she's heard of Jed Powers. Some of the kids at school buy from him, so he must be cool, not really a stranger at all. So she goes to his turf on a boardwalk like she knows him. But she's never met him in person, has she? Another wide-eyed poser. Despite what Jed Powers says, I know Grace was on the boardwalk that day, but what was she there for? I guess she was there for money, really. She was there for money. But yeah, Tyler did say that some students from Fairview High were running drugs to tourists, and I think Richard sensed something familiar, but it made it seem like they were small time. Maybe just bored kids who don't know how scary real gangs are. Grace was probably down at the boardwalk looking to score. Mama Martinez always did a good job of scaring me away from using anything hard. I don't even know who I would ask. No, wait, that's a lie. Tommy Backstrom always had a weird hookup through his uncle. At least that's what he told me at his graduation party. Oh, and there were those weird twins who were always selling their hyperactivity meds. And that girl Laszlo with the face. And even though Lucy's dad isn't an important Escobar, someone at the bankside definitely knows how to get a supply. Oh yeah, that is a good point actually. Why didn't Grace just go to one of the other friends? I mean, Fairview was nice, but I mean, I always knew where to score and I wasn't even one of those kids. I wonder if anyone's by their phone. Maybe I could call. Oh. Oh. Who do I call? I actually can't decide. Okay, here's the thing. If I call Lucy, she might pout at me some more and ask, oh, when you're asking me about this, why aren't you asking me about that? So yeah, I think we will actually call Tyler. Hey Tyler, it's me, Jello Martinez. Are you free to talk? Yeah, the old timer. Please, please, please tell me you need help with a case. I'm glad you're excited. Honestly, I'm stumped and I thought you might be able to help. I've connected Grace to the sketchy dealer you mentioned, but I can't for the life of me figure out why she went to him to begin with. Do you know why Grace would turn to Jed instead of one of many other people who can get drugs at Fairview? That's a tough one. I don't know Grace that well. Honestly, she always struck me as one of the nerds. I was surprised to see her hang out with the burnouts, and her boyfriend always had that cool rebel vibe. He was so out of her league. Or so I hear. Ouch, I'm glad I'm not the subject of high school level gossip anymore. I appreciate your honesty at least. You should. I'm Iranian. I haven't seen my dad in 9 years. Some crazy religious guy takes over, and now it's too dangerous for me to see my dad. Oh, yes. Yes. I actually forgot that they were going to bring this up. Most of my classmates only think about which cheerleader likes what centre forward. It's stupid, but kind of nice to be around people who think their social clique is the most important thing in the world. But life really isn't that simple, is it? I haven't seen my dad in a while either, since I was a kid, really. I know, it's part of why I liked your band. Another immigrant girl with no dad who could yell at the world. Not just white kid Miami High School, but the whole huge world. It was awesome. You were awesome. Thank you. It means a lot to me. Me and Lucy always hoped we'd have fans like you, even when no one came to our shows. Okay, so why didn't Grace go to another clique? Nerd or not, she must have known another drug dealer at school. Why trust a stranger over an acquaintance? You know, now you mention it, there were rumours that some kids would pick on her sometimes. I love Fairview, but some people, even some of my friends, can be shitty. A poor girl with good grades and bad clothes, an easy target. Maybe Grace hated this school more than anyone. Marcy said she'd always seemed better than this place. Maybe she thought she really was. Maybe she wanted to prove she was cooler than all the people who made fun of her. Someone like that would be pretty vulnerable, I think. That's a good insight. She wanted to act like a grown-up, even though she was scared and desperate. You know, the shitheads at school always say that Jed could spot a mark a mile away. He likes preying on tourists too. You're right. Thanks for your help, Tyler. It's been huge. Let's get... Oh, okay. Another lunch date. Alright. Let's get lunch sometime. You can tell me about your family. It sounds really interesting. Aha. Yes, I'll do that. See you when I see you. Okay, interesting. I think I can work with that info. So, Grace meets Jed for the first time on his home turf. She never makes it home, never makes it to a hospital. She's vulnerable and scared and all alone. Someone takes advantage of that. Where? Where do I go look for her? It definitely wouldn't be the high school. I think it would be under the highway. I hope I got all my facts right. I think it is under the I think she was under the highway. I searched all night, just me, flashlight, and a lot of dark alleys with no leads and no more information about Grace. I went home. It was 4 AM. Mrs. Woon is at my door at 6:30. I had just barely fallen asleep. Mrs. Woon, I'm so sorry I haven't found your daughter yet. It's not a lost cause though, I'll keep looking. Don't bother. She has been found. What? Where? What? The police arrested her. When they found her asleep in some dirty alley, there was a felony amount of cocaine in her possession. Her skull was cracked open, her cheekbones fractured. Someone beat Grace almost to death. The police brought her to the hospital, but they will not release her to us. She is a criminal now. Well, this isn't the ending that I got. I remember that much. This isn't the ending that I got. Mrs. Woon, I am so sorry. Will they let you see her in the hospital? We have not attempted. We will not visit Grace. What? What do you mean? Grace has made this mistake on her own. Her punishment will be deserved. She deserves to suffer these consequences alone. Thank you for making the effort, Miss Martinez. I hope you are more successful in your next case. And rent is due on the 1st of the month, all of it. Is there anything I could have done? But she's all gone. My first case is a bust, I guess. I know I don't have time to wallow in how bad this feels, but I need to get back up and work harder to get another case. I need to pay my rent and make this business work, but I really need to data process. Miss Moon's face, the way it was frozen, almost emotionless, almost but not quite. She knows exactly where her daughter is now, but that information helps no one. Not Grace, not the wounds. I'm actually a little glad that Mama is expecting me for dinner. If I'm gonna make that date though, I better get more sleep, like a lot more. Yeah, I'll do that. The sun was going down by the time I woke up, which of course means I was late for dinner. Mama was not happy. She spent all of dinner saying variations of, if you can't be on time for dinner with your mother, why even have this bad job? Brother kept shooting me sympathetic looks across the table, but I think he's just happy to be the good kid for once. After we clear the dishes, Mama turns on the game shows and Brother drives me home. You can't be too mad. Ma made flan. She knows it's your favourite. Come on, Cello. You know she doesn't mean most of that stuff. She just gets in a mood and she knows you're always disappointing, no matter what I do or how I do it. I was going to say she knows you're always Papa's little girl. She wanted a daughter in her image, but you're always going to be like our fathers. But Papa's been gone for almost a decade now, Cello. You can't ignore Mama and mourn the dead for the rest of your... Papa's not dead. Thanks for the ride, Mickey. Cello, don't be this way. We know we're both proud of you, me and Mama. But nothing, little sister. Mikey, I don't always remember his face. I don't always remember how his moustache felt. I don't even remember how tall he was, really. But when I close my eyes, I can hear his voice inside me saying, Cello, we have to help the helpless. It really meant something to me, Mikey. See, you're his daughter, alright. Thanks, Omano. Yeah. That was the first case, and in my first playthrough I actually solved this. So that kind of sucks that I have to move on to case 2. I actually didn't get this far in the game last time, so yeah, we've been going for nearly 2 hours. I'm quite happy with how we've done so far on YouTube. I mean, we had that one hiccup where I thought music was turned off, but it turns out that the volume in my wireless headphones was turned off completely. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I like this so far. Well, I know I'm definitely coming back on Thursday. I'll have the waiting room set up for then. Once I finish the stream. As for anything beyond that, I don't really know. I mean, I have actually got work shifts this weekend. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do something on Twitch. Maybe not. I think what it might be for here on YouTube, I'll have stuff that's scheduled and stuff that I know I'm gonna do. whereas on Twitch it'll be far more random and spontaneous, perhaps. If I think of something just one day, then I'll do it, you know? But for here it'll be far more organised, and it'll be a different audience, of course, because audience for YouTube streams are very different than audiences on Twitch streams. But yeah, I'm going to call it here. We've been going for nearly 2 hours. I consider this first proper YouTube stream a success so far, but then I've got to go back and actually watch it myself and see how bad the audio was and how bad I sounded and how bad I was actually reading, and yes, I promised to learn to read by the time Thursday comes around, and I won't be stuttering and umming and ahhing over text that's on screen. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna be shooting off. So yeah, thank you for watching. I actually don't know. I don't know if raiding is actually a thing here, and I don't know anyone to raid anyway. Oh no, let's be right back. Yes, that's. Thanks for watching. And I know this isn't like Twitch at all, so I'm just gonna call it and switch it off from here. I will be back Thursday. Kind of annoyed that I was unable to solve this first case. I should do enough perhaps to get the second case done, and this will be new territory for me because brand new territory in the game, and we'll see how we do. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you here, at least, on Thursday. Alright.